Number 1, using a camera or your old phone to kind of see through as a portal, either putting it on their eyes or on their face or something similar. I did something in a hard rock music video a couple years ago, and I think it looked super crazy. I found this inspiration on Pinterest. I'm gonna put a couple photos on the screen that you guys can pull from as well and maybe take some inspiration from as well. I love the shot and I think it's extremely creative. Number 2 is slow shutter on your camera. You can do this on almost every single camera, but the trick is to do it right. I always keep my slow shutter at 1/10, and I make sure to make up with the extreme brightness with either using an ND filter or playing with my aperture to match. I also shoot this a little overexposed, but when I'm in this mode, I like to whip my camera around to get the most amount of light trails, and I think it adds a really cool dreamy effect, and it's super easy to achieve. Number 3 is the VHS Rewind. If you have a VHS camera, you want to shoot everything regularly on the VHS camera. And then once you have your footage, you basically want to plug it into your computer, either using OBS or some sort of other screen capture recorder. And while you're capturing that footage or bringing it onto your computer digitally, you want to rewind forward and backwards a bunch, creating this VHS transition that then you can montage in. I did this also on the hard rock video, and I think it adds a lot of depth and a lot of, fast-paced motion to the video. It's a great trick I like to use for creative shots. Number 4 is a story cam. I absolutely love this rig. I sold mine recently, but I used it a ton back in the day when I was just getting into music videos. You guys probably know this effect from kind of like the drunk cam. It's like a straight on effect of like a pole attached to the artist's chest, and you put your camera on it and they move around. I did this on one of Gunner's very first music videos, and I've done it a couple other times with other artists. It always looks super good on a wide lens. It is a great creative shot to add some more depth into your music videos. Now, if you guys are looking to level up your videos super easily, I gotta hit y'all with a shameless plug. Link down below is my website where I sell editing packs and plugins that have been specifically designed to level up your workflow. We have plugins like FastFX that instantly add transitions inside of Premiere Pro, which is super hard to do without the plugin. And I have a bunch of titles and transitions and all the stuff like that. So if you're interested in leveling up your edits and working faster, go check that out down below. Let's hop into number 5, which is a projector. I love using projectors in music videos. I've done it a couple times now. My favorite case of it is this draft day video. We put a bunch of Lil Wayne clips in the background, and the way most people would use a projector is project it forward onto the artist and have the artist's shadow kind of behind them. But the way I like to do it is actually put it behind the projector screen and flip the image so it's not, distorting the artist in any way possible. I think it's a super cool effect that you can achieve, and it looks amazing. And another way I used a projector recently was on a Killy music video. We actually took performance scenes and then projected them on abandoned buildings, and a reel of mine actually blew up on Instagram covering this, and I love the effect so much. Number 6, we have a magnifying glass. Now, this is a super unique way to add some more cinematic depth into your videos, either putting it on the artist's mouth when he's performing, just like this 21 Savage clip, or putting it on the artist's eye for some b-roll, or just using it to kind of magnify on some unique things that are in the video. I think this is a super creative way to add a lot more cinematic depth and kind of add an element of style to your video as like a prop. I think it's really hard to find sort of props like that. This is a great thing that you can do that with. Number 7 is using people's hands. This seems kind of weird, but I've done this a bunch of times on my music videos. I shot a Bad Baby music video back in the day, and what we had her inside of a Rolls Royce, and then on the other side of the Rolls Royce, there was a bunch of people on set who all had iPhones. So I got them to turn on the flash on their iPhones, all standing there, about like 6 of them, and they were all knocking on the glass, kind of acting as fans. So when I panned the camera through the car, you had all these like quote unquote fans that were trying to take pictures of her videos here with the flash on. And it's a really unique way that you can use extra hands on set to kind of elevate your project. Another way I did this is on the most recent Gunner music video. I used a bunch of my friend's hands to kind of cover his face and hold his face back and do really unique things like that. It adds a lot of horror depth, especially in that video. And just using the use of other people's hands on set to either hold unique props or create some horror elements or anything like that. Just say like, I have this many people on set, what are some unique things I can do in the ChatGPT? And I guarantee it'll give you some unique ideas that you can try. Number 8 is using a white backdrop to create some unique perspectives. So let's say the Ian and Lil Yachty Hate Me music video is a great example of this. It's just shooting on a plain white backdrop on a bunch of static shots, or either tracking them and then comping them into each other and creating like these really cool unique scenes where like something is really large and up close and then something in the background is a little bit further back. You can create some really cool montages, and especially because the background is white, you can cut and put them in super easily. Like I said, the Yachty and Ian Hate Me video is a great example of this. Take some inspiration from that. AMD is the GOAT. He snapped on that. Number 9 is an infrared look. Pretty much to do this effect, all you have to do is just shoot normally on your camera and bring it inside of After Effects, and you can use the Colorama effect, or I have a plugin that will do this for you called Surveillance. Lots of super cool thermal effects inside of that, and it's super easy to use. Lots of sliders to control. Pretty much all you have to do is either throw a Colorama on, play with the effects on regular footage, and you have your thermal effect, or you guys can use the Surveillance plugin as well, which I highly recommend. And last but not least, we have a super sleeper creative shot here. I love some Dutch low angle shots on a wide lens. I think this is the bread and butter on kind of taking a step step back and letting a video breathe for a little bit. And I think it's a great scene to either have as a performance scene or some B-roll. I recommend doing this on all your music videos. Just kind of put your camera down either on a tripod, kind of on a Dutch angle, which is like angled on a wide lens. Declan Kyle did this a lot back in the day when he was shooting music videos, and I think it's a great way to add a little bit of cinematic, kind of a flair to your videos. Like I said, to take that step back and kind of breathe. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. I tried something different on this, just giving you guys straight info, straight intel off the dome. Anyways, let me know in the comments down below what other topics you want me to cover. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.